What is SigmaCarta?
SigmaCarta is a lifestyle system for men's personal, spiritual, and entrepreneurial development. It's part of my journey over the 30 years of running businesses, losing businesses, forming relationships, losing relationships, identifying spirituality, and that your inner fortitude can come from your own ancestors. And if I had only my fortitude, I'd be fine. So in understanding that, for men who are seeking sovereignty, the ability to exercise all of their inalienable rights in this time, we're told we can't do this, we can't say that. I know that with consistent self-improvement, you can say and do as you please. You just find a cute way of saying it that can't be argued with. You find a slick way of doing it that can't be argued with, and you won't even register on their level. Your spirit will circumvent them at all costs. You won't even be seen. You'll just be invisible. You won't matter unless you choose to pop up and make yourself a figurehead. But then you'll have all of the skills, all of the articulation, all of the spiritual protection that is required for you to operate at a particular level.
What's your spiritual belief?
My spiritual belief, I would say my spiritual awareness based on my experience of, most importantly, the last 3 years, because I came away from being busy and spent more time invested in solitude and exploring it. And also I took a course in African spirituality to really recognize, communicate and resonate with my ancestors. We contain libraries. And those libraries are more than our parents' expression in our face, in our physical stature, but in our mannerisms. Your father or grandfather could have passed before you were ever born, and you exemplify them in how you eat food, in how you walk. They say he walks just like his granddad or his father. Me, in terms of entrepreneurialism, both my grandfathers, Richard Bailey and Richard Okai, were entrepreneurs. And it may have skipped my mother and father to the degree that my father's a musician and did trade work, and my mum was a legal secretary and paralegal, but I never ever wanted a job. My mum said, you're going to jail or you're going to be a millionaire. I want you to get a proper job. I don't want you to do this. And I say, well, hey, remember when I said I didn't listen to anybody? People feel that pressure. My mum, my parents want this. It was not even a concern or a consideration. Never mind the pressure. I want you to get a proper job. Oh, okay. But my life is going to be my life. And if I'm not where I desire to be at 50, you're going to look at me, well, that's your choice. You see, I knew that at 12. So my ancestors were always speaking to me, irrespective of my understanding or awareness. As I came into the cognizance of them, I'd be in the shower and have a problem. Once that water connects with me, I have a solution. So SigmaCarta is a program for relearning what you have unlearned to benefit you, as opposed to serving the status quo that doesn't serve your interests. Because you, within the Black program, as an ethnic minority, working class, that's not within your interests. You being a sovereign is within your interests. Now, I'm not trying to convince or convert you. Go with God. Whatever you believe is right. Like the 2 shoe salesman. I'm not trying to convert that guy who told me he's coming home. Don't send anything. Come. This guy who says, send me, I'm sending you the point of sale, marketing materials, shoes, few more salespeople. You're the director. You run the play, make it happen. Whoever you are, I'm in agreement with you. You're right. Come to me. Stay where you're there. Either way, I'm at peace.
Yeah, it's very, very powerful. You make a great point, because yes, I completely agree with what you just said there. I think there is a whitewash of information, but that's natural. It's like what they say, the victors of war, write the stories, right? And then those stories is what continues to live until perpetuity, until obviously there comes the age of internet, information, podcasts like this, books, all of this
I
information.
will put another pin in it. Before books, before the internet, we had societies. So no matter how far you go back in any country, Benin bronzes weren't produced by the proletariat. Shaman was there for a reason. Chief went through a spiritual process to be recognized by his ancestors through tradition, through ceremony. Societies run society. Where are our societies? I joined the society and learned particular things and went down certain rabbit holes where everybody looked like me. You see, we speak of Masonic lodges. We have lodges. Apply the thinking. You see, now you think in a way that societies do. Just form society with self-preservation at its core for us. So you asked me a very important question. Our societies will be infiltrated anyway. Why make it easier? There's one thing that can't be overlooked in your protection when you set things up, and it's the spiritual component. I have had businesses and been in a space before based on the spirit of the men in that environment. Tourists couldn't be around for more than 30 days. Something around them just got fizzy. I'm cognizant of that. That's why it's about personal, spiritual, and entrepreneurial development. You see, with spiritual development, there can be no mental illness because there's no room in your vessel for tourists. You understand? Your spirit becomes the magnet. And I say this, you see a man who walks in a room and people are just magnetic to him for no apparent reason. Sexual energy. You didn't know that his first endeavor in sales was getting young ladies and turning a prospect into a sale. You didn't know that when he became a lover, his confidence in himself grew. That sexual energy in a room is magnetized. People don't realize, what is it? A woman comes in the room, a man is not even so good looking, they're just magnetic. Why? The sexual energy, that spiritual energy. You see, it starts off as the sexual energy and then it just converts. And now the two bounce off of each other until you go in the room, you're just magnetic. Your charisma, your personality in that room just draws people to you. Collaboration of state, corporation, and media. So the state, corporation, and media have completely colluded at the level of the World Economic Forum to deliver their new set of values. But you see that new set of values and beliefs, as you're going through cognitive dissonance, as you're fighting this, and there's a spiritual shift, two things are happening. Being completely distracted from the spiritual shift that we're supposed to lean into. And what we're actually doing is we're fighting, debating, and discussing our traditional beliefs as opposed to these new set of values and beliefs that we're being given. And we've been